this. So, today I really wanted to talk about faith and this idea that if you had faith, you wouldn't settle for less. So, this may be a bit of a confronting conversation I'm going to have with you today. Don't settle for less. Many people unintentionally compromise their values and their integrity and settle for less on a regular basis. In so much, we have a culture that has settled for less, a culture that has settled for much less than the freedom and the passionate energies we are here to live from and create new paradigms from. So, if you are settling for less, my dear, it usually means that you need more faith in your life. When we settle for less, it's often out of a fear of rejection, a fear of abandonment, a fear of betrayal, fear of shame, often rooted in tribalistic patterns that we learned at a young age and ancestral karmic patterns. You may notice that maybe in one area in your life, or maybe two or three, that you're settling right now, and it's really uncomfortable. Maybe it's certain friendships, maybe it's certain business associations, maybe it's that habit of going for that daily espresso at Starbucks. Maybe it's going to the bar every Friday night. Whatever it is, why you are settling, my dear, has to do with your level of faith in the universe. And in essence, faith in yourself as a creator. You have the DNA of Source in you. You have the source of DNA within you. And for that, anything is possible. Nothing is impossible. So if you're settling for less, not only do you have a lack of faith, but you do not believe that the universe will provide for you in what you truly dream of. So take a moment to use this space to inquire within. If there's any parts of your life, any parts of your business where you're settling, places where it doesn't feel good, places where you're feeling a little like you're forcing energy or even enforcing a timeline. Many times in business and online coaching, I find that those who are really coming to a crossroads in their business and whatever reason, they're often enforcing something that is outdated. It's this idea that we must endure suffering, right? We must endure, we must really put in the sweat and the tears, put in tremendous amount of effort, sacrifice our sleep, sacrifice our relationships, sacrifice so many things in our life, including our purpose, because we believe it must be difficult or that we have to endure some level of pain. Let me know if you relate to this. This is a karmic pattern in all of us. It's in the collective and it shows up in our ancestral lines. But with this shift in consciousness that the planet is going through and what you are going through, you, my dear, have choice. You don't have to settle for less. If you had faith, you wouldn't settle for less. When things get difficult, this is often when we choose to settle for less. When conflict arises, when there's discomfort in any area of our life, we settle for less. We rather shut the door, pull the curtains, get on our phone, whatever avoidant mechanism we have, and we settle. We say, well, I couldn't manifest that really amazing partner that I desired to have. So I guess I'll settle for this person that doesn't share the same integrity as me. We have kind of different values, but it's okay. It's working. One of the biggest things I see in my clients settling is in their intimate relationships. The template for authentic, intimate, skillful communicating and finding a match for our soul to be so lit up about in terms of a romantic partner, that's usually the first major area of life where we settle for less. There's a lot of core contractions in the body when it comes to romance and rejection. The first time on the playground when you went up to a pretty girl and she said something and it hurt your feelings. Or when you weren't asked to prom or any dances your whole high school career. High school career, you know what I mean, right? Then we start to settle. We start to take on a lack of faith. The remedy to this, my friend, is having patience. There's a tremendous amount of power in patience. And it's true. Patience is a virtue. Slowing down and trusting that the universe will deliver the exact thing you want. Just the thing you imagine requires a tremendous amount of patience. This is also something in the culture that is happening, that we cannot give people the patience to change. We cannot give the world to change. We have to force it. We have to mend it now. We have to improve it now. We have to perfect it now, right? It's very vertical ascent type of energy. Some may say that's a masculine type of style of fixing things, improving things, finding faults and keep on improving, improving, improving. And while having solutions to problems is very pragmatic and amazing, I'm all for engineering solutions and troubleshooting. But when we don't have patience, we don't have that union of effort and patience, then we're not living in our highest divine timeline. Faith doesn't make things easy, it makes things possible. And you need a sense of inner trust in order to open up to this level, this virtuous level of patience, this sense of allowing, the sense of knowing that it will come, that whatever you want, it will come just in the right time for you. It doesn't matter how or from where, or if there's some rationale, some logic to it, it doesn't matter. It's consciousness and it's already created. Boom, done. Can you have this level of faith in your life? It's believing in the unseen. So, lots to digest there about faith being, in essence, believing in the unseen. And as you may know, I guide others to develop their ability to believe in the unseen by developing their intuitive faculties, their intuitive gifts. Because developing trust and developing faith doesn't work if you're just reading about it, if you're just thinking about it. It works when you embody it. And we bridge that gap We embody faith, we embody patience by being one with our intuition, our receptivity as creators, as source consciousness. So if this is resonating with you, I'd love to invite you to my Intuition Masterclass tomorrow. It's at 6 p.m. New York City time, 3/31, March 31st, 2022, where I'll be sharing more insight, techniques, and tools, for you to develop and enhance your intuition. It's not so you can see angelic beings and fairy consciousness or fairy beings, although I'm all for that. If you don't know, I channel the Council of the Fae, this collective energy that I have a certain affinity for in my frequency and intuitive intelligence. Developing your intuition, in essence, is developing your virtues, your sense of self-trust, your sense of patience, your sense of faith. It's optimizing your spiritual soul energy. More faith leads to more patience. More faith really leads to more relaxation, calming down the body, feeling relaxed in your bones. You feel empowered and in control of your destiny. You have the spark of source within you, my dear, so don't settle for less. Set high standards for who you are, what you want, and everything you get to experience and have will come into fruition. I'd love to have you at the Intuition Masterclass tomorrow, where we'll go more in depth into this topic and other ways in which to enhance your intuition and to develop the gifts that you carry. So much is just beyond the curtain. So much is percolating, being stirred in the unseen. This is my place of expertise. There's a reason I'm a Vedic astrologist, why I do the work that I do as an intuitive who is very grounded and very much believes in the bodily intelligence of the body, containing all the answers. It's just how we open to it and how we focus and put our intent and put a little more love and strategy. I say that with a grain of salt, but there's a technique. There's many techniques in growing in deeper union with your intuition and this intelligence that transcends your body. You are not your body, you are not your identity. Open up to your intuition, and you'll truly know what I mean by that. Would love to have you. Thanks for tuning in, and lots of love.